Hello, so today we want to discuss and answer a question for the midterm exam financial management. But before that, let me introduce ourselves. My name is Gina Olivia Putri and my partner is
Geski Rosmalia Putri.
We have 6 questions that we will answer one by one. So, let's get started. For the first one, the question is about financial management fundamentals. What is the primary objective of financial management and how does it influence decision making in a company? Provide an example to support your explanation. And here's the answer. The main objective of financial management is to maximize shareholder value while ensuring the company operates efficiently and sustainably. This means making smart financial decisions about investment, financing, and managing risks. Example for the investment like expanding a factory, buying new equipment, or launching a new product. And for the financing, example is like borrowing from banks, issuing shares, or investing profits. And for the risk management or managing risks is like avoiding excessive debt or hedging against currency fluctuations. For another example, like imagine a company earns 1 million in profit this year. The management has to decide first, reinvest it, buy new machines to increase production. Second, pay dividends to shareholders. And the last one is save it for future business needs. And a good financial manager will choose the best option that creates the highest long-term value for the company and its investor. Next question is about time value of money. Explain the concept of the time value of money and its importance in financial decision making. How does time value of money affect investment and financing decisions? Here's the answers. Time value of money means money today is worth more than the same amount in the future because of its earning potential. And this concept is crucial in making investment and financing decisions. Like $1 today is worth more than $1 in the future because money can earn interest or be invested to generate returns. For example, if you have 1,000 today and invest it at 10% annual interest in 1 year, it will grow to 1,100. How does time value of money affect decision making? For investment, companies use time value of money to decide whether a project is worth investing in today. If future cash flows from a project are worth less than today's investment, the project should be rejected. And for the financing, when borrowing money, companies compare the present value of different loan options to find the cheapest one. And the next question is about capital budgeting techniques. Compare and contrast net present value and internal rate of return as capital budgeting techniques. Which one is more reliable for decision making and why? And here's the answer. Net present value measures the total value of a project in today's money, and a positive NPV or net present value means the project is profitable. For internal rate of return, the rate at which net present value becomes zero, and a project is accepted if internal rate of return is higher than the required return. Okay, so when a company wants to invest in a project, it must determine whether the project is profitable or not. Two common methods to evaluate project are net present value and internal rate of return. So, net present value calculates the present value of future cash flow generated by a project minus the initial investment. If net present value more than zero, the project is profitable. If net present value less than zero, the project is not worth it. For internal rate of return is the discount rate that makes net present value as or same as zero. If internal rate of return is higher than the required return, the project is good. If it is lower, the project should be rejected. So which one is better? Net present value is more reliable because it directly measures added value, but internal rate of returns can sometimes be misleading especially when dealing with non-conventional cash flows or multiple internal rate of returns. For the next questions will be discussed and answered by Geski.
Question number 4 is about financial ratio analysis. A company has current asset of $500,000 and current liabilities of $250,000. Calculate the current ratio and interpret the result. If the company has an inventory of $100,000, calculate the quick ratio and explain its significance. So the answer is, by the given data, we get the current asset is $500,000 and current liabilities is $250,000. And then the inventory is $100,000. So, for the calculate of current ratio, the formula of current ratio is current asset divided by current liabilities. So, 500,000 divided by 250,000 equals 2. And then for the quick ratio, the formula is current asset minus inventory divided by current liabilities. So 500,000 minus 100,000 divided by 250,000 equals 1.6. The current ratio of 2.0 suggests the company is financially stable and has enough total asset to cover short-term debts. The quick ratio of 1.6 confirms that even without selling inventory, the company can still meet its obligation. Overall, the company is in a strong liquidity position, meaning it won't struggle to pay off short-term liabilities. Questions number 5 is about Capital Asset Pricing Model or CAPM. Given the following information, risk-free rate equals 4%, market return equals 10%, and beta of the stock equals 1.5. Use the CAPM formula to calculate the expected return of the stock and then interpret the result. So the answer for question number 5, we got the CAPM formula is expected return equals risk-free rate plus beta times market return minus risk-free rate. So the 5% plus 1.5 times 10% minus 4%. And then we get the 4% plus 1.5 times 6%. After that, we get 4% plus 9% equals to 13%. So the interpretation is the stock is expected to return 13% per year. Since beta equals 1.5, the stock is 50% riskier than the market. However, it also has higher potential returns. If an investor is risk-averse, they might prefer stock with lower beta values. The last question is about short-term financing decisions. XYZ Limited needs $100,000 in short-term financing to cover operational costs. The company has two options. The first option is bank loan, interest rate of 12% per annum. And the second option is factoring, immediate cash at 5% discount on total receivable, equivalent to $100,000 in receivables. The requirements is calculate the cost of financing for each option, and based on financial consideration, which option is preferable. Justify your decision with calculation and reasoning. So, the answer for number 6, for point A, we calculate the cost of financing for each option. Option number 1 is bank loan. We get the given data of loan amount equals $100,000 and interest rate equals 12% per year. We assume the loan is for 1 year, so the interest cost will be 100,000 times 12% equals 12,000. And for option number 2, factoring, the company sells its receivable at a 5% discount. It means the company received only 100,000 minus 5% times 100,000 equals 100,000 minus 5,000 equals 95,000. And then for point B, which option is better for the company? For bank loan, the company borrows $100,000 and pay back $112,000 after 1 year. Suitable if the company expects high profit and can comfortably repay. And for factoring, the company immediately receives $95,000 but loses $5,000 due to the discount. Good for companies needing urgent cash but expensive in the long term. So our decision is, if the company needs cash quickly and want to avoid debt, factoring is better because it has a lower cost, $5,000 versus $12,000, and doesn't require repayment. If the company expects to generate profit soon and can afford repayment later, the bank loan might be better because it provides the full $100,000. So factoring is the better option in this case because it has a lower cost and doesn't create future debt obligations.
Okay, so that's all the discussion from us. Before that, thank you for your attention and see you.